A husband kneels before his wife, tenderly helping her slip on new shoes. What appears to be an incredibly heartwarming scene is actually him preparing his wife for a date with another man. The moment they arrive at the dance venue, Linda immediately sheds her coat, completely ignoring her husband as she scans the room looking for her promised lover. When she spots Joel, the man she's been longing to see, she practically lights up and rushes over to him. The two embrace the instant they meet, filling Vic with jealousy as he watches from the sidelines. Yet he says nothing. The couple had long ago made an agreement that as long as Linda didn't abandon their family, she was free to do whatever she pleased outside their marriage. But when Vic sees Linda and Joel step outside together, his uneasiness gets the better of him and he follows. Standing at the window, he watches them nestled intimately together, a sight that immediately gets under his skin. Linda looks up and catches his gaze, but shows no sign of backing down or feeling ashamed. When Joel and Linda return from outside, Joel smugly approaches Vic with a cocky expression.
I really want to repay you for your abundant hospitality. You and your wife. You've both been really cool. Really cool.
Despite Joel's obvious provocation, Vic doesn't lose his temper. Instead, he calmly asks if Joel has ever heard the name Martin. Martin had mysteriously disappeared just a few days earlier. No one knew what happened to him, though everyone knew he'd been getting very close to Vic's wife before he vanished. Seeing Joel's confused expression, Vic speaks with chilling casualness.
I killed him.
Matter-of-factly suggesting he was responsible for Martin's disappearance. Joel doesn't believe him at first, thinking this must be some kind of threat. After all, who talks about murder so nonchalantly? But it's precisely this calm, collected demeanor that begins to terrify Joel. He can no longer focus on flirting with Linda and hurriedly rushes out the door. The next day when he returns home, his wife has indeed heard about the incident. He gets into a heated argument with Vic, insisting that Joel is just a friend, and announces that she's already invited Joel over for dinner on Saturday. At the dinner table, Linda once again wears the same seductive dress from the previous night. She and Joel chat and laugh together, even sharing food from each other's plates. Thinking he'll be leaving soon anyway, Joel lets his guard down and stops worrying. But when the conversation turns to Vic, Linda begins airing her grievances, rattling off complaint after complaint about her husband.
Do you wish that I were normal, Linda?
My God, all the time.
Because if I were normal, I don't think Joel would be over here having dinner with us.
Sensing the tension escalating and not wanting to get caught in the crossfire, Joel excuses himself to use the bathroom. At that moment, Linda sends their daughter to bed and asks Vic to go tell her a bedtime story, effectively clearing him out of the room. When Vic emerges from his daughter's bedroom, he catches sight of the two of them fooling around together. Without saying a word, he heads straight for the kitchen and deliberately makes noise. Disturbed by the sounds, Linda hurries over and gestures for Vic to keep quiet. She then pours a drink and asks Vic to take it to Joel. Being alone in the room with Vic makes Joel's anxiety skyrocket. He works up the courage to demand an apology from Vic, hoping to get him to admit that his talk of murder was just meant to intimidate. Instead, he hears even more specific details about how the killing was carried out.
I did kill Martin. I hit him with a hammer.
Once again, Joel flees.